and burning it to the ground, we will be doing here tonight for the Bugsy Repair All-Star Race here at Bristol. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week here for the Right Time ARCA Series. No other than the All-Star Race here tonight, sponsored by Bugsy Repair, aka Willie Mullins himself. We shall have an interesting race here for you guys tonight. While these guys are getting ready, let's give you a little insight on our sponsor for the night. Willie Mullins himself is a veteran owned driver in the ARCA Menard series, formerly known as Big Willie for his larger than life personality and his blue collar approach to racing. Solely based out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, he has been competing part-time since 2008, often funding his number 3 Ford through his day job as a body shop owner. He does have some career highlights, though. Stunning runner-up finish at the Daytona in 2018 was a major upset for an independent team, but second place he did finish, and his first career pole at the same track in 2024, just a year shy ago, where he showcased blistering speeds despite personal challenges with some family issues. Willie Mullins himself embodies the grassroots spirit of stock car racing, mentoring young drivers at Dominion Raceway and also earning himself a nomination for the 2025 Hoosier Heroes Award for his off-track contributions. That Hoosier Heroes interview you can find on YouTube if you do search it. And now, the cars are on track for qualifying. You're already seeing a few go around at this point in time. Let's go ahead and throw up the grid for the fastest lap times so far. See what's going on the track. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not here by myself. We have a little under-the-weather co-commentator. That is no other than Josh, Expert Racing Franks. Buddy, are you feeling all right tonight?
I'm starting to feel like you're starting to sound like a broken record with that, and it's unfortunate, but at the same time, I feel well enough to at least put on the headset, and I'm going to try to power my way through this. Of course, always glad to be in the booth with you here tonight, buddy Opal, and of course, happy to hear about Willie sponsoring tonight. Huge for the Right Time Market Series, and definitely thankful for that as well. But partner, I'm excited to see this action as soon as you get me access to it. And hey, look, who who would honestly miss, even though I'm under the weather, I'm either going to watch or if I'm able, I'm going to put on the headset, join you in the booth here to be able to commentate some great ARCA series action here with the Right Time ARCA series. I'm loving it, especially here at Bristol, baby, with the Bristol race getting set up here, a little short track racing for your Wednesday evening.
Absolutely. Short track racing, it will be here tonight. 150 laps for these drivers. Only 50% fuel in those tanks. 5 sets of tires in those pit stalls with only one fast repair on their cars for the entire night. This was and is a prize race. Top 3 will be getting a big pot here tonight. While
My
they are.
question is, well, my bad. I apologize. Go ahead.
Nah, you go ahead.
Well, I was just going to ask. Bristol is a great, like, historical racetrack. Of course, I have some fond memories here of being able to go watch the dirt race here on this track before. But my question to you, as we're about to grid up, what is one of your favorite all-time Bristol memories, there, partner?
Now, are we talking about league racing itself, or are we talking about just general Bristol?
I mean, let's go overall. I mean, on both sides or whatnot. But I'm surprised that you have a good memory. Any good memory here, partner? I've seen you drive before.
I have not had very good, very good opportunities at Bristol, unfortunately. But I would say one of the best notable memories here on the track would be Kyle Busch's weekend sweep in 2010 and 2017, where he did his double double. Did a historic sweep in March 2010. He won the Cup Series race for his 50th career win, and then turned around and swept Truck and Xfinity in 2017.
It's always a good one. Always a good one. For me, as a Elliott fan, it's not a fond memory of how the race finished, but it was a fond memory overall or whatnot. The little Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott run into with each other or whatnot that year. That was a lot of fun. That was great TV time. I can tell you that right there.
For
The question
sure.
is, are we going to have some beef like that here tonight? It is short track racing on a Wednesday night.
Well, that is something we're only just a few short moments away from witnessing. Grid on your screen right now. '04 of Logan Murray was able to take the pole position here tonight, so he will be starting in first place. In line one in second will be Omar Rodriguez Jr. in the 92 tonight. Line two is going to be DJ Norris and Josh Marino. Line 3, Aaron Wright and Thaddeus Friel in 5th and 6th position. 7th and
And
8th
then
in...
seventh. Oh,
No,
well,
go ahead.
I was going to take it away on this one because Jesus Christ, it's Jeffrey Bourne in seventh place, partner. Then you have in eighth, you have Charles Shiro. Ninth, you have the man himself, David Callahan and David Callahan Racing there in ninth place. And then you have Flight Time Miles, Airtime Miles right there, and Brianna Laurent there in P10. Mickey Stewart there in P11. 12th, you have Kevin Nolf. And in 13th, you have Mike Nitty Jr. And then in 14th, you have Mr. Carpenter there himself. And that is going to round out this 14 car field here at Bristol. 150 laps for the Buggies Repair All Star Race, and partner is going to be a lot of fun to be able to see who is able to come out on top in this All Star event for these
Will
guys.
be
And
for sure.
hey, look, I would say, gentlemen, let's start racing, but it's going to have to be drivers because I'm not going to pull a James Franco, and Mrs. Laurent has been able to prove that she can win these cars with the best of them or whatnot. She flies high on this racetrack. I can tell you that myself. But enough joking around, of course, because these cars are all ready to take this track and go at it here. The 84 leading the grid, or that's the '04, one of the two, but he's leading the grid here to green in his Toyota Camry. And here we go. Green flag in the air. We are racing here at Bristol.
First lap underway for the Bugsy Repair All-Star Race at Bristol. '04 of Logan Murray still finds himself in the lead as they go single file, going to the ARN blimp cam to see overhead what the field is looking like right now.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Spinner in the back. Not sure if they were able to save it, though, and I'm assuming that will be a no as the caution is out. Solo spin for the number 8 machine right there of Friel. And that is going to be the first caution of tonight. That is one thing that we're going to see these drivers face. Those cold tires, partner, especially on the bottom line here. Be prepared because you're going to go from, oh, this is fine to ho, 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 holy shit, since it's the Christmas season. And that is exactly probably what he felt right here.
Let's go ahead and see exactly what led to this wreck right now. Looking at the 8 of Thaddeus Friel on the low line. 8 running a good line there so far. Starts to break loose. You saw it right there off the racing surface, just missing a few. Still driving that low line as well. Looks like it might have knocked Nolf off a little bit there, trying to avoid that wreck. Let's go ahead and see exactly if he did make contact with anybody or if he kind of got loose himself trying to avoid.
Right there, contact nearly on entry. And oh yeah, contact between the 13 and 71 as they tried to avoid that incident. They got shot up the track. So hopefully, I think the 71 will be okay. He got hit more in the door. My concern is for the 13 that was hard contact with the outside wall. And so if this incident a little bit broader than what we expected, I still want to give congratulations to Friel. He was able to lock it down and avoid any additional damage, it seems. So good job on the 8 part, and unfortunate there for the 71 and 13, who is now going to have a little bit of damage to have to take care of at the start of this one.
Now, while they're still under this caution at this point in time, let's take a look at some video from our actual sponsor, courtesy of Mullins Racing YouTube page. Bugsby Repair being your sponsor here tonight. Back to green flag we go. Logan Murray still in the lead. Lap 7 of 150. Omar and DJ fighting for second.
Yeah, you're seeing it right there, and it looks like Rodriguez not in a good spot. You're used to seeing that high line become a preferred line here at Bristol, but no, not for these ARCA cars, not for these lower horsepower packages. That low line is going to be the favored line. Now, don't be surprised if they start trying to find speed up there, but at the same time, the preferred line, especially right now, is going to be guys on that bottom line. Think of it as the early to mid 2000s NASCAR races here, everybody was bottom line training. It was just, hey, one bump, two bump, three bump gone type of situation. Don't be surprised if we don't see some of that here tonight once these drivers get comfortable.
Most likely will happen just once those tires get warmed up. We will see that possibly start to unfold slowly but surely over time. Now, DJ Norris making his way into second. Had a little bit of a fight on the outside there with the 04 of Murray. Not able to make anything shake at this point in time. Finds himself in second. 78 of Aaron Wright now in third. 2 positions up from his grid spot. Top 3 a mile away from the rest of the field right now, as it is their race so far.
Right there, you saw a little bit of contact, and he was able to force his way underneath the leader. The question is, will he be able to maintain and hold it? We're about to see here Norris staying underneath, but the 78 are right saying, hey, buddy, I'm right here as well. Until a caution interrupts that battle as we have a car spun around here on the front straightaway.
That is the 33 of Charles Sherrow. Looks to be a self-initiated solo spin on the night. Let's go ahead and go back to our instant replay. See what led to the second caution here.
Battling here with the 23. Let's see, just contact there and a hit to the inside wall and locked it up. Looks like he just got loose and unfortunate enough got got loose, had some contact, and just couldn't keep control of it. But it looks like he's able to get down the pit road, get some repairs done, possibly some new tires, and hopefully he'll be back out here in just a few seconds.
Most likely just use that fast repair so he didn't have to sit in pits. We'll have to pay attention to how that might work out for him in the late stages of this race. If that fast repair was used, it would be unfortunate, but it would be a smart move early on in this race. You don't want to go multiple laps down sitting in the pits. It'll take more cautions to get those laps back, especially being here at Bristol, a very short track. Now going back to your leaders, 82 of DJ Norris in the lead. Aaron Wright will be starting in second place with Logan Murray starting in third. Omar Rodriguez Jr. in fourth with Jeffrey Bourne rounding out your top five for this restart. Jeffrey and David so far 2 and 3 positions up from where they started in this race. David just sitting outside of the top 5. Will be choose cone this time by 4. Those in that pack. We'll take this time to say if you are watching this live on Twitch, thank you guys for joining. Thank you for the subs, the support, and the shares. We do appreciate it here on Asphalt Racing Network. If you are watching this as a re-upload on the Right Time Racing League YouTube, we do appreciate and value your support as well. Thank you guys for all of the views on a weekly basis. Pace car off now. Back to green flag we go. DJ Norris taking the lead here from the caution. Still holding the lead right now. Yet to go down pit road. Few drivers have made it down pit road so far. One being Kevin Nolf. Another being Colin Carpenter. And of course, Charles Sharrow, the 33, after that wreck. Lap 20 of 150 now officially in the books, starting lap 21. Who will be able to find that speed and catch up to DJ Norris is the question at this point in time. Not many people around him. Looking from the eyes in the sky, he has a good gap. Half a second so far to the second place sitter at this point in time, the 78 of Aaron Wright. Lot of the field behind, slowly, not falling off pace, but probably trying to manage those tires as best as possible. Only 5 sets in the stall. They do not want to use those earlier than what is necessary.
What I like right here, I like Jeffrey Bourne. You're looking at it from the blimp cam right now, trying to get that high line rolling. It looks like he is the first person to have Ford momentum speed up there on the high line, working around the 2 of David Callahan, and Jeffrey Bourne trying his best to be able to use that high side momentum. Loses it right there, and unfortunately he's going to lose a few spots. He had that line rolling for a few laps, and right there just a mishap. Had to avoid the wall and get out of it. Going to cost him a spot or 2, but right now still trying to fight back and hold on there on that outside lane for that 48 machine.
Doing a good job so far to keep that car off the wall. Very tricky trying to use that middle line so far. Not anybody else really wanting to attempt that move. Might be a good late run strategy that we're seeing so far out of the 78 of Wright. Not trying to burn those tires, overturning in the corners, trying to keep it as much of that wear off of those tires, especially not wanting to find any of that cording early on in this stage. We might be seeing a good look from Wright. Little contact with the wall as we're following his in-car cam at this point in time.
Look at this. You see him working the wheel. He's going to be able to move back down the bottom. The high side did not work. Of course, he found some damage a few times, but he's running. Yeah, now here is going to be my question, and this is what it's looking like to me. Is he was experimenting with that outside lane. Is that more of he's being forced into it because that car looks a little tight? He's running about a half lane to a full lane higher than everybody else, even with nobody to the inside of him. So it could be a handling issue with that car.
Very well, could it be something that we're seeing that the team didn't catch on earlier in practice this week, and especially practice before the qualifying and gridding of positions happened? We'll have to pay attention to that 78 throughout the rest of this race to see if he does still have those issues later on in the race, or if this is something we're only seeing right now. Looking back up to your leaders at this point in time, DJ Norris, his nose cam, nobody in front of him as he is dominating this race so far in the front of the pack by almost 2 entire seconds at this point in time, has led 20 laps out of 33 so far. Seems to be a dominant driver here tonight, has his positioning and strategy down to a T so far. Obviously, looking good for him at this point in time. Tire management going to be a big thing here. 5 sets, of course. Not many laps will really burn those tires off too fast. I feel like it'll be more wrecks that cause these drivers to repair those tires unless they start feeling themselves get a little bit loose due to that weight distribution in those corners. We're going to have to pay close attention to this leader and see when he starts to fall off. Right now, not showing any signs of that, looking very good in the front so far, posting a 121 mile per hour. That was 15.285. Can't tell exactly what lap that was on. I feel like that was at least lap 22, if I'm not mistaken. Last time, right now, looking
Well,
to
here's going to be
be...
your problem. Here's going to be a problem. The fastest car on track right now is now in second place, and that's going to be Logan Murray. And he is catching. He's already caught about 3/10 now on uh on Norris. And so the question is does Murray have the speed to be able to catch him? Because right now it looks like he's running a few tenths faster.
Times on the tower on the left-hand side of your screen. Murray running hundreds to thousandths of a second. Just a little bit faster than our leader right now, the 82 of Norris. Norris just passing on your screen. Murray, then Aaron Wright, Omar, and Thaddeus Friel rounding out your top 5 right now. Little bit of traffic in front of the 04, able to get around the 71 of Nulf, clean at this time. Let's see if Aaron Wright's going to be able to do it. Has the 92 of Rodriguez Jr. on the bottom.
They're going to go 3 wide here. Wright's going to force that window there, not trying to give up that podium position to Rodriguez, not trying to make it easy on him. Gotta love that Truex scheme, by the way. I just wanted to shout that out. That's a good throwback.
That is a forgettable throwback for a lot of people. Truex now ending his career as an underdog, but had a very dominant early on of his season. Really good scheme to be running here tonight. Might find some of that early Truex momentum here. We're seeing him hold on tight right now in 4th place. Not running too far off of the leader's time, but most likely still not where he wants to be in a finishing position. So we almost are 50 laps into this race. Lap 44 now being completed by the leader. We are on lap 45 currently.
And let's go. Let's take a look at Norris and Murray again. Let's take a look at this gap to see if we can pull it up. We've seen the lap times on the ticker. Let's see if we can't see the updated time gap between the two right now. It was, oh yeah, now it seems like Norris has been able to find that groove again because he's been able to extend that lead back out now over Omar Rodriguez. It seems something happened to Murray as he dropped to 3rd place, and Rodriguez now back up to 2nd.
And while these drivers are fighting for a 1, 2, 3 prize position, let's throw it one more time to Willie Mullins himself to let him explain to you what makes an ARCA car an ARCA car.
Hi, I'm Willie Mullins with Mullins Racing, and I want to show you around my ARCA car and what makes an ARCA car. So we're going to walk up here to the digital dash. So Holly makes this plug-and-play dash. It's all digital. Turn it on. Right there, that's all your telemetry. It works great. Shows you everything you need to know about the ARCA car as you're running around the track. And then we're going to walk forward a little bit more. The new Ilmore package we've had, I say new, but we've been running it for about 5 to 6 years, I believe now. This Ilmore package gives us a good chance at running up front with the leaders. And then what it really makes ARCA car is our 5-star body. This body is a common template body with all the other manufacturers. So we have a chance to run with the front guys at Daytona. And then what helps us put this all together is we're able to work on this car in my parents' garage. This car was built in my parents' garage, and we're here at Daytona and hopefully to put a good number up.
Oh. And you see Holly making those digital dashes happen for those cars. Little insight on what makes these ARCA cars really go there. Looking at your cockpit, that Holly dashboard on screen now, inside of that ARCA car. Very trivial car, I will say. A lot of people do love these cars. Some cannot stand the cars due to handling. They are a very challenging car to get down, and it takes a top-tier racer to be able to handle this car itself.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And that's why guys like me and you, we need to stick to the headset partner and let Big Willie deal with handling the race car. Because as I learned at ARL the other night, I have a ways to go with learning this new racing system. Meanwhile, at the same time, you still have a ways to go on keeping a car straight. But I kid. Anyways, but tonight
You're not
here
wrong.
so far, hey, look, we all have our struggles. It is what it is. Right now, the biggest struggle, it seems like, on track is Norris protecting this lead because now it has dipped down from under a second. And you would have thought, is it Murray? Is it Friel? Is it Wright? Nope. Knock, knock, knock. Guess who's on his way? It's Omar Rodriguez Jr., and he is coming up through this field and has been able to knock down the leader's time to under a second for the lead. Here comes that 92 rocket ship in that Chevrolet machine. Is he going to be able to come up here and battle for the lead?
As of right now, seems like he's finally found his groove. 60 laps into this race. Didn't take much for him to make it shake. Now has the 04, no, excuse me, that is the 2 of David Callahan on his rear. Callahan right now a lap down. Obviously, early pit strategy there. Excuse me, 3 laps down is Callahan himself right now. Getting around Rodriguez there. Callahan pitted on lap 53. We also have Kevin Nolf going in pits this time. Few cars lap down, but they should get those laps back pretty easily when our leaders that are still out on track have to pit. DJ Norris being one of them. Omar as well being another one.
Here we go, dealing with the lap traffic. Callahan able to get by Norris, and that really ate into the time now. About 0.6 is what separates them. And if you go to the blimp cam here, yep, there it is right there. You're going to be able to see there is your gap between first and second. And partner, it is closing in now under 0.5 for these two as the battle continues. Third place of Murray going to be labeled as going down pit road. And now green flag pit cycles beginning here as we near the halfway point, about 10 laps away officially from halfway, and green flag pit stops cycling about once again. And now the question is, how long does Norris stay out? Because correct me if I'm wrong, he has yet to pit so far in this race.
He has not yet to pit. Omar, as well, who we're following on nose cam right now, has not yet to pit on pit road himself. Thaddeus Friel still hasn't went down pit lane. John Marino sitting in fourth, and Mickey Stewart in fifth, all not down pits yet. The last few cars on lead lap as Mickey Stewart now goes a lap down. You see him on your screen just behind the 92 there.
Right here is going to be the action that we see here. Lap car is going to play a factor in this battle for the lead here, as right now the 82 trying to hold off the 92 with all he's got here. Coming around this time by, we're on lap 69 into 70. Noise. Anyways, going back here, the 92 trying to find a way, trying to find a lane to possibly get around him. They have a pretty sustained gap to Frill and everybody behind them. Right now, only two cars still actively on the lead lap. It's going to be your first and second place, of course. And now the question is, who is going to be able to get the lead? Who is going to be able to maintain it? As right now, the gap under 0.3 of a second here as we near halfway. Omar Rodriguez Jr. and DJ Norris, the battling two. And right now, the lap car is stuck behind Omar Rodriguez, trying to find a way around, trying to find a way to get their laps back and utilize those fresh tires at the moment. It looks like that's going to be the 33 of Shiro, who's going to be powering his way to the outside of Rodriguez Jr. And he's going to have to find a way around these two. Look at that power move to the outside, utilizing those tires this time now against Norris. And the question is, who can utilize another line? If both of them are running the bottom, the question is, are you going to use a bumper to get around them, or will you be able to use another lane to find speed? It's a question that's about to be answered as this battle continues on, officially halfway through this race. And here we go, battle for the lead here. Rodriguez Jr. going to the low line. Norris to the high side. Side by side contact nearly made on the front stretch as these two continue to battle it out. And will he be able to clear him? New leader, Omar Rodriguez Jr. as he clears DJ Norris for the lead.
First laps led here for the 92 of Rodriguez Jr. on the night. Still, the only two cars not yet to go down pit lane. Only two cars still on lead lap at this time. Remember, only 50% of gas in those tanks. So they are nearing their pit cycles here. Lap 78 now, halfway through as they enter the backstretch. Who will be the first one out of these two to go in? Both go in at the same time. Marino now looking to cycle himself back to the lead if he stays out. Goes into pits as well. Now the 6 car of Laurent finds herself back on lead lap, trying to get her first few laps as a leader here at Bristol for the Bugsy Repair All-Star Race. Will she be able to hold on to it?
But she's letting lap cars go by. And the question is, when was the last time that this number 6 pitted?
Looking at our data, the number 6 still has not yet to pit. The only car on the field that has not touched pit road yet.
Well, I understand you're in Bristol. You're close. You're close to both Virginia and North Carolina. But I'm telling you, Brianna, you're not in the casinos of Murphy or Cherokee. So I wouldn't be going all in on the strategy to carry it out. I haven't had the best luck there. I've had the best luck there either. I don't know if that's just me or what, but you know I like it a little bit more risky, and that's going to get me in some trouble sometimes. So
Laurent now finally coming down pit road. Looked to be a little hot there. Got to wonder if she's going to get a flag for that. Now, back to your new leader once again. Overshoots the stall just a little bit there. I wonder if she actually made it in. Seems to be all right, though. Omar Rodriguez Jr. now back in the lead. DJ Norris in the 82, just a second and a half behind. In third place at this point in time, you have the 04 of Logan Murray. Sitting in fourth place, 78 of Aaron Wright. In fifth, rounding out your top 5 at this point in time, that will be the 8 car of Thaddeus Friel Jr. Still just outside of the top 5 is the number 2 of David Callahan. 7th place right now, 23 of John Marino, we just saw go down pits with the leaders. 48 of Jeffrey Bourne sitting in 8th place. Few cars around him trying not to get trapped. Another lap down once again. Callahan, the last person on the lead lap at this point in time. In 9th place, the 42 of Mickey Stewart in that pack there, trying to figure out a way to get around, get a lap back himself. Notably, 1 lap down at this point in time. Rounding out your top 10, the 33 of Charles Sherrow. Now in 11th, Laurent, 5 laps down, definitely got a hold penalty, probably sped onto pit road. Unfortunate for hers. Now she is 6 laps down, going to have to do a lot to try to gain most of that back without a caution. Strategy going to be now in play for her. 3 times more than it was at the beginning of this race. In 12th place, the 71 of Kevin Nolf. You saw a little bit of contact there with the 48 of Bourne. Bourne able to maintain it, but possibly has nose damage now that is not going to help him on these straights and in these turns at all. A little bit of contact with the wall there. You see the front of that car just a little bit banged up on that radiator spot, that arrow area. So he's going to have a little bit of damage that's going to affect his line and his speed. We're going to have to see when he goes back down to pit road to repair that damage and take tires, and if he will benefit from that at all. Notably, only 1 person out of this race so far. Ignore the 64 on the bottom of your tower. That is our race control in the skies. Guess he just wanted to be seen. Hello, Mike Nitty. Appreciate your work in that booth, calling the shots from the skies, boss. But the only person out right now from racing is the 13 of Colin Carpenter, out for the night. Probably just did not like how that car felt and decided to park it instead of causing a problem.
Right now, Omar Rodriguez still leading, but one thing I've noticed is that we're starting to see the difference of speed in the runs, because he nearly had a 2-second lead, but Norris has slowly been eating into that and trying to get back to that lead spot. Remember, Norris had the faster car throughout a majority of the last run. Through that early to mid run part, Norris was the fastest car on track. So could he get back up there to the lead and take it back? And I think we're going to end up with a pretty good battle towards the end of this one, partner. If anything's going to tell us on how that last run ended, these two are going to give us one heck of a show here for the lead.
That is correct. One hell of a show will possibly be here for the end of this race. Right now, Norris hitting his marks almost 0.3 of a second faster than Rodriguez on that last time by. Lap 99 now halfway through being completed. Only 50 more laps to go in just a few moments here. Rodriguez still in the lead, has led 21 laps of this race so far. Norris himself has led 63 laps of this race in the lead. Now trying to find his way back on your tower. You're still seeing their last times past that start-finish line. Norris still has a faster time than Rodriguez. Rodriguez just beats him out there with the 15.4. Norris sitting at a 15.6. But the fastest on the track right now seems to be those top 3. Lot of movement here tonight. Rodriguez started in second place. Now finds himself in first. Norris started in third, finds himself in second. The 04 of Murray was our pole sitter to start off this race tonight. Now sitting in third place, losing 2 positions on the night so far. Friel has moved up 2 from his grid spot. 78 of Aaron Wright still sitting where he started this race. Not a bad thing, but still not a good thing as you are trying to win that pot for yourself. Prize race, money on the line here tonight. No holes barred at the end of this race for sure. Right now we're seeing a lot of strategies trying to be played out, and that is 100% going to be the make or break for most of these drivers. Will they be able to successfully get a win here and walk away with the pot, or will we see a new top 3 by the last 5 laps of this race is the real question. Notably, lap traffic once again in front of the leader. Eyes in the sky right now showing Rodriguez still in the lead. 42 of Mickey Stewart just in front of the 82 just by a few seconds. Most likely the 82 will be able to get around him. Mickey has been running that mid to high line. Shouldn't be much of a problem for Norris to get around. Now slowly making his way up to that 42. We will see him possibly pass him within the next 3 laps here. Rodriguez notably still having lap traffic in front of him. 8 car Thaddeus Friel. Last one on lead lap, trying not to get put a lap down once again until the next pit cycles. 92 backed off there just a little bit. You saw he lost a little bit of time. Try to regain it in that corner. Didn't want to overdrive it to possibly pass the 8 of Friel. Now slowly reeling Friel back in. But if you look at that tower, that gain is starting to lose a little bit from him to the 82. Norris now only under 0.6 of a second back, trying to catch him as he knows he has to battle that lap car. Friel goes high. 92 gets in the inside of him. Side by side they are right now. Norris's opportunity to knock down that time is now possibly gone as Rodriguez has clean air in front of him. Jeffrey Bourne in pits this time, as well as Kevin Nolf, the 71, not too far behind. Bourne already a lap down, most likely will go another 2 with this pit cycle. Norris slowly losing time again now, just about a second behind our leader, the 92 of Rodriguez, as he is now battling with that 8 car to get around him for the position. Clean air is the name of the game here. 82 got around the 8 car there. Now back in clean air, 1.3 behind our leader at this point in time, Rodriguez, who is now adding a lot more laps to his lead total. Currently, let's go ahead and check out how many laps he's led so far now. 39 laps of this race so far. We've already noted DJ Norris has led roughly 63 laps himself here on the night. Our pole sitter only had 13 laps for himself on the lead. Now finds himself sitting in 6th place, 2 laps down. Once again, only 2 cars back on lead lap. That is Omar Rodriguez Jr. and the 82 of DJ Norris. Rodriguez doing pretty good here at passing a lot of these lapped cars to keep his momentum has a big field in front of him now. 71 made contact in the wall, kept it away from our leader. We are still green. Now he has at least 3 more cars in front to navigate around. When and will he be able to do that is the question. Goes to the high side on the outside of the 78, gets around the 78 comfortably. Now only a few more cars to pass. 29 more laps to go here at the Bugsy Repair All-Star Race at Bristol, sponsored by no one other than Willie Mullins and Mullins Racing. '92 at this point in time has got it wrapped up with a bow. Still has to pit for gas. Last time he pitted was lap 78. We are on lap 124 at this point in time. Not many others going into pits and coming out. A lot of cyclists have already finished. 78 of Wright now exiting pits, joining the track, rejoining the track back in 9th place. Norris notably 1.7 behind, still battling a little bit of lap traffic there. The 6 of Lauren on his outside now gets around her. Clean air for a little bit until he has to find another lap car to pass. Looking at his nose. Has a decent amount of time in front. All clean air he has to gain back up to catch that leader. Roughly 2 seconds back from the leader at this point in time. 92 of Rodriguez Jr. just still in view of the 82 in second place. The biggest question is, partner, when will they come down to pits? $20 more laps to go here. The Bugsy Repair All-Star. Lot riding on the line here for these racers. And as always, if you are watching here live on Twitch, we appreciate your viewership on a weekly basis here for the Right Time ARCA series. Not the only series we do here or we do in general for Asphalt Racing Network. Schedule posted on screen now. Right Time will be here every Wednesday at 9:05 Green Flag Eastern. Momentum Racing's Truck Series on Fridays at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard. NARA's Cup Series over on Fisher Studios for the round of 12 remaining of this season on Saturdays, roughly 9:30 starting time for the East Coast. Be sure to check us out 3 times a week as of right now. A lot of leagues expanding after their seasons are finished. We will be updating that schedule the closer we get to having a set date. 16 laps to go. Bugsy Repair All-Star almost through here. 92 of Rodriguez is a rocket right now in the front. 82 of Norris now sits 2.1 seconds back from your leader here. Only 2 cars on lead lap. Still worrying if they will be able to make it on the gas in those tanks for the remainder of this race. That is the biggest question right now, and that question will be answered shortly just by watching their data. Will they go into pits? Are they checking up a lot in these corners? Notably, top speed for our leader hit tonight. Top first and second was 135. They are still roughly just hitting that margin. Not too crazily. Hitting about 130s. 128s, 130s, so they're still full gas in it. They're not trying to baby that throttle to save off a little bit of gas if they possibly can. 12 more laps to go. Something we're going to have to watch. Is the 92 going to be able to stay in that lead position for the remainder of this race? Notably, everybody else on the track is 2 laps down starting 2 laps down for third and fourth. Then it goes to 3 laps in fifth. 4 laps down from 6th to 8th. And then 7 to 16 laps back is the rest of the pack. So if they do go into pits just for a gas strategy, will they be able to come back out and still hold those positions as the cars go around the track to try and regain their positions on lead lap? That is the biggest question at this point in time. 9 to go here. Will they be able to make it on gas? Only 50% in the tanks. This is the biggest question right now. We have been harping on it for at least the last 10 minutes and will continue to harp on it until we possibly see either one of them go down pit road at this point in time. Lap traffic in front and behind the 92 once again. 23 on your screen just in front. That is John Marino. 92 goes to the inside with 7 more laps here. 8 car stays just behind. That is the 8 of Thaddeus Friel Jr. Little bit of draft help now in the straights. Not much draft will really help you here. You really won't gain much, if anything, on these straights. They're too short of a straightaway. But definitely helping the 92. 8 goes to the outside a little bit. You saw him brake there. Didn't want to interfere with the 92's race. Now, just 5 short more laps to go. Possibly being the 92 of Rodriguez taking away the win here for the Bugsy Repair All-Star race at Bristol. 8 car will be going to his outside. Will he let him go? 92 does not want to battle. It doesn't get out of his gas or brake too much, but lets that 8 car get by so he doesn't have to worry about fighting 2 cars there. 71 of Nulf goes under into the apron to not affect that 92. Kudos to him for not wanting to mess up that 92's race right now. Only 3 more laps to go. Prize race in the bag here for Rodriguez. 2 more laps. Short distances to make here. No mistakes in front, no mistakes in behind is all he's praying for. Final lap. White flag in the air here. Bugsy Repair All-Star, sponsored by Willie Mullins. 92 of Omar only has a few more turns to make, and he will make an unprecedented comeback here as he crosses the line and takes the win here at the All-Star race for the Right Time ARCA Series. And we will go silent while we watch Omar celebrate. We will be back momentarily with our top 3 interviews. And it definitely seems like he had just enough gas to finish the race, but not enough gas to burn it down all the way. 92. Oh, putting himself in a corner now. Trying to make his way back to pits. Led 71 laps of this race. Not
Yeah,
getting
the
help from
perfect.
the 04.
And about to say perfect strategy here, and you got to give credit where credit's due here. Murray trying to help out Rodriguez. You know, I don't think he's pushing him. He's just giving him a little bump draft.
Just a little bit of bump draft. Nothing too serious here. He's still sputtering, trying to get back to his pit stall. What a race for him here tonight. Believe this is his first win in the series so far.
And what a heck of a way to do it, partner. What a heck of a way to do it.
With a lot of eyes watching and a very big sponsor, biggest sponsor that the Right Time Market Series has had so far, and what an incredible fashion to take it. 2.5 seconds from second place, only 2 cars finished on lead lap there. They had a dominant race, but I feel like it's time in just a few moments to hear from our top 3 finishers. The 04 of Murray pushing the winner will be one of them, but we will wait until they can actually get to stalls and get out of cars before we bring them up here in the booth. I guess we can call this Omar's celebration lap. He's trying to go to victory circle. I think that's where he's trying to go.
Oh, come on. Trying to get up the hill is not going to be able to work. I am disappointed in that.
Let's see if they
Somebody
get
get
both
the
their cars
elevator.
stuck. I think the 92 did it for himself there. I think he might be stuck now. Pipe dream for sure. I guess that's his resting spot. We knew where he was intending to go, but it doesn't seem like he'll be able to make it there. But I guess now that the 04 is out of his car, let's go ahead and get him in here for his third place finish post race interview.
Let's see if I can pull him.
Oh, he's
There we
already in
go.
here.
Yeah, he beating us to it.
Mr. Murray.
Howdy, howdy.
Well, started on pole tonight. Obviously didn't go your way early on. Only was able to get 13 laps in the lead. Finished in third, though. Few laps down to the leaders. How do you feel like this race went for you tonight?
I burned my stuff up battling Aaron, but I lost the lead. DJ gave me real square hit in the rear, bumped me off the line, but he got by me, and then Aaron got by me, and then I burned my stuff up trying to fight Aaron. But all in all, went well. Didn't spin it, didn't hit the wall too many times, so I feel like it did. I feel like I did pretty good here. Had a lot of fun.
Now, I'd like some insight here on how the car was feeling. Day race here at Bristol. Night races are a little bit more slippery. How was the car feeling for you on cold tires and warm tires?
Um, my only complaint's a little tight. I mean, the balance felt really good front to rear. Probably should have backed off my brake bias. I think I had too much front brake in it. That would help with the balance, but little tight for my setup, and I feel like that's part of the why I struggled there. But so it's just a little tight. Night races are usually loose, so you want more front brakes so you can get the car rolled up because it's a lot faster, but slick. So you want that tightness, but you want to be able to get the car slowed down. Day race, it's a little bit tighter because track's hot.
Expert, would you like to pick his brain a little bit there, boss?
Well, I'm just wondering, and I just gotta ask. We saw the battle between you and Aaron earlier on, and he used the bumper a little bit. You mentioned DJ using the nose. Look, buddy, oh pal, I'm just wondering. I was waiting for you to turn around, square it up a little bit, and hit a little left-right combo onto somebody tonight. It's Bristol, baby. Come on.
No, I tried to keep it clean. I did give Aaron a shot there because he's holding me up. That's what finally got me by him was I gave him a shot just like DJ did to me. But I try to keep nose the car clean. Try.
Come on now. Come on.
Okay, the thought did cross my mind. The thought did cross my mind. I will
Oh,
admit.
I was about to say.
So, so I was gonna give him about 3 more laps, and then I was gonna punt him. But say it did cross my mind. But I try to keep it clean. I'm not out here to ruin anyone's race.
Said every type of driver that'll go out there to try to ruin somebody's race to benefit their own. Okay. Anyways, I respect it either way. Racers mentality, both sides. I love it. I love it. You're talking to two guys that are racers also in the booth, so I respect it either way. But definitely
race.
congratulations. Starting P1, finishing still P3 on the podium. Logan Murray. Logan, before we let you go, any shout outs for you, my friend?
Got to shout out Mountain Home Street Rods, Body and Balance, both local sponsors of mine. They're helping me with my actual ARCA career as a pit crew person. So both shout outs to them. I'm missing one. Yeah, I'm missing one. But can't think of it. But definitely Mountain Home Street Rods, Body and Balance, and I wish I could think of the third one. And my parents, honestly, mom, dad, I appreciate them.
Definitely got to shout out the folks here, especially in this Christmas season. Well, congratulations once again, my friend, and we will go and let you go celebrate. Have a good time, but not too much of a good time. We got to see you next week, of course. But have fun, my friend, and we will catch you next time at the racetrack.
Thank you.
Third place
And
finisher
partner,
there, Logan
yeah, that
Murray.
was third. That was your third place finisher of Logan Murray. Now trying to find our second place finisher, that being DJ Norris himself. Let's see if we can't pull Mr. Norris in here if I can find him. And I do not see him actively in any of the channels. So he may have gotten off for the night. As I do not see him, partner. If you don't mind taking a look, see if I'm just blind or something. But I do not see his radio connected anymore.
Yeah, I don't see a line of communication from the 82. Trying to get up with his team, see if we can get him or if he's involved in some post-race activities with the team itself already. Possibly disappointed here on the night. Doesn't seem like we will get a copy from him.
Well, let's go ahead. If we can't get a copy from him, who we can get a copy from is our race winner, Omar Rodriguez Jr., sitting in waiting room. And let's see if we can't get Mr. Omar in here. See if I can move him real quick.
Hey guys.
There we go.
Mr.
And here we are.
Rodriguez.
I'm about to say, I was excited about this one because gave us a heck of a battle through the race and somehow was able to find the speed towards the middle of the race to be able to get up there, take the lead, and never looked back. Omar Rodriguez Jr. in the 92. And Omar, I have one question for you right now about tonight's race, and the question is, why did you wait so long to use the nitrous, buddy? And my question is how did you hide it? Because hopefully you passed post race inspection, but be honest with me, give me the secret. I gotta know. I gotta know. On personal vices, but I gotta know. How'd you hide the nitrous, and why'd you wait so long to be able to turn that thing loose?
I think I finally got long enough green flag runs to be able to show my speed. I mean, at Charlotte we had that long run. I led a bunch of laps, but I couldn't close that one out, unfortunately. But tonight we got the two cautions out of the way nice and early, and it just let me go to work and save enough tire, keep enough pace throughout the entire length of the run there to be able to hold off DJ. He had a hell of a race, man.
Yeah, especially in the beginning, and we thought he was going to be able to battle you back towards the end. The question was between y'all two. Of course, you mentioned being able to save tire. Was there anything that you noticed about tonight's race that could have just gave you an edge over the competition? We noticed a few guys were dealing with a tight issue. How did the car feel for you handling wise? And was there anything that you liked that you noticed in practice and qualifying prior to the race that it was like, okay, yeah, this is what I could use to my advantage?
Bristol sometimes, depending on the track conditions, it might let you run the high line, but I tried that in practice and I just had no luck there. I pretty much figured out right in practice that the whole race was just gonna be bottom feeding. It was either run the inside or get ran over. I early in the run, right after the two cautions, I kind of got stuck out there on the outside line, and they just kept getting by me, and I could not find a slot to get in there. But once I finally managed to just stick to the inside, everyone else just kind of seemed to fade away. Especially once people started making the decision to do a two-stop race instead of a one-stop. I kind of felt like it was gonna be my race to lose. It was just gonna, at least between me and DJ, because he definitely had the pace to keep up with me.
Well, definitely strategy played a factor. Tyler, do you have any questions for our winner so far?
My biggest thing that I would like to know, you guys had one hell of a pit strategy the first go by. You were the only two cars on lead lap after your first pit stop. Well, before your first pit stop. Knowing and seeing how that played out, did that kind of encourage you to do that longer run in the second half of the race to kind of keep everybody trapped that lap down, well, two laps down, that kind of led to you and DJ's 1-2 finish?
Right around lap 40 to 50, my teammate Logan, he kind of mentioned he was starting to run into just a wear issue from his battle that he had with Aaron, and he had to pit early, but I felt fresh enough on my tire set that I was kind of able to draw out the length of the run to the length of the gas tank. It was really a matter of being able to save enough tire to run all 75-ish laps. Once we got that first run out of the way, I managed to get, I think it was about a 2 second lead on DJ coming out of the pits after our pit stop. So it was at that point it then became a matter of just finding enough speed to hold him off without burning up my stuff, and then at the same time having to navigate the lap traffic that was swinging in the lines there.
Now, obviously, first win of the season for you here this year. Obviously, looking to put a little bit more on next season, get the win sticker to slap on your car tonight. How does it feel now claiming your first win in the season for Right Time?
I mean, it feels great, man. I felt like I've had the pace all season, but I just haven't had the cards fall my way. It seems like, but man, I've had the second half of the schedule circled for a while now. I'm really excited to be able to get out here and try to, get a few more win stickers and maybe hoist the championship by the end.
Currently sitting sixth in points, tied with Banky. Of course, this isn't the points race that really matters tonight. looking at the rest of our season, how are you feeling about your possibility and chances next week? For the fans at home that aren't aware, we are going to New Hampshire, followed by Dover, North Wilkesboro, Las Vegas, Michigan, and then our championship race at Homestead. So how are you really feeling about your chances to like you said, it's circled, but claim another win or possibly a few more wins before the season wraps up here?
I definitely like the tracks that we have left on the schedule. I think my performance at Charlotte speaks for itself, and if I'm able to replicate anything like that at Vegas, Michigan, or Homestead, I think I have a pretty good chance of taking the wins there. I like New Hampshire. It's definitely a bit of an oddball track with the lack of banking. But between New Hampshire, Dover, and North Wilkesboro, I think I should be able to pull out a few decent points finishes to at least be able to try to make up the gap there on the honeycuts.
And of course, one more final question to ask you before we let you go celebrate your first win here, especially after a big race tonight here at Right Time. Do you have any shout outs to anybody or any of the fans watching at home?
Gotta thank the girlfriend first and foremost. She's been rooting for me all season. Watching the struggles, watching the heartache. Losing out at Charlotte, getting beat to death at Atlanta. So definitely my heart goes out to her. She's my foundation. I want to thank the guys who run Right Time. None of us would be here if it wasn't for them right now. So definitely big shout out to Aaron Wright and Jeffrey Bourne. I'd like to maybe, shout out my own league. We run on Tuesdays, Weeknight Warrior Sim Series. We also run the Arca car. I'd like to, shout out my guys who help me out over there as well. My teammate Logan, he's my spotter, my crew chief. He also helps keep me grounded here during the races. I'd like to thank the fans at home for watching. I'd like to thank Willie for sponsoring the race tonight. I think I mostly got everyone.
Yeah, I mean, good round of shout outs for your first win here, your first number one interview. So, I mean, you left no stone unturned there, I'd say.
I think I made a pretty good statement tonight. Hopefully, I can keep that going in the second half of the season.
And we look forward to possibly seeing that as well. Once again, congratulations to you on your win here tonight and your prize winning as well.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And that was our winner of the race, the 92 on your screen of Omar Rodriguez Jr. Going back to our live results here on the track, scenic view of this beautiful Bristol Speedway, we have the 92 of Omar Rodriguez Jr. finishing in first place, the 82 of DJ Norris in second, last car on lead lap, might I note. In third place, finishing the 04 of Logan Murray, your original pole sitter of the night. In fourth place, we have the 8 car of Thaddeus Friel. Rounding out your top 5 was the 23 of John Marino. In sixth, the 2 car of David Callahan. Seventh, the 42 of Mickey Stewart. In eighth place, the 78 of Aaron Wright. In ninth, the 33 of Charles Sharrow. Rounding out your top 10 was the 6 car of Brianna Laurent. In 11th, the 71 of Kevin Nolf. 12th, the 48 of Jeffrey Bourne. And in 13th, out earlier in the race, the 13 of Colin Carpenter. Partner, how do you feel about the race we just called and watched ourselves? I don't think he's here. Well, for what I've seen, 2 cautions earlier in the night here. Got those out of the way pretty early on. Fantastic racing was given on the track. After that, No incidents, few mishaps with the outside wall. It's expected here in the ARCA cars at Bristol. But all in all, one hell of a show these drivers have just put on for us and will always do on a weekly basis. Next week, as noted, we will be back here, same time but a different place. The qualifying will be at 9 Eastern with the race start at 9:05 at New Hampshire. That is going to be a fun race to call once again, for the simple fact it is going to be a strategy race. That is going to be a Nexus Design sponsor, so be sure to check back here once again for the Right Time Market Series on next Wednesday. Schedule on your screen now. Right Time Wednesdays 9:05 for their green flag here on Twitch for the Asphalt Racing Network. Momentum Racing's Truck Series here on Twitch Fridays at 11 p.m. Eastern. And you can catch us on Fisher Studios for the Naras Cup season round of 12 Saturdays at 9:30 Eastern. What a fantastic race. An amazing sponsor. Big shout out to Willie Mullins for sponsoring this race. We couldn't have done this without you, boss. Hopefully we see more partnerships with you and your business in the future. But once again, thank you to Bugsy Repair and Willie Mullins himself for making this race happen. On behalf of the Asphalt Racing Network, we want to thank you guys for tuning in live here on Twitch. And if you are watching this as a YouTube re-upload on the Right Time Racing League, we thank you for your dedication to watching these races after they have unfolded. Be sure to catch us here next week. We do appreciate you. My name is Tyler Jones, and on behalf of me and Josh, the expert Franks, we do thank you, and we will catch you next time.